Alright, so in this video I want to talk about what the best setup is to get to the top of the leaderboard as far as combat power. Mostly I'm going to be talking about gear in this video. I'm personally am using Volcan just because he does provide the most attack to get to the top of the leaderboard, but you can use other slimes like Yolissa or Yolanda, just depending on what you have, whether you're free to play. You can also use Chloris, is pretty good, just because in general, you want to use a slime with a lot of attack power. So here you can see globally, I'm only ranked number 5th on the leaderboard right now, and this is mostly just due to the lousy runes I have, as I'll show you in a minute. I don't have a lot of really strong attack and HP runes, so later, hopefully when I get some better runes, I can climb a little higher here. But I am number 1 in the US, and this is just because of strong setup. Now, when you go to, I've mentioned this in previous videos, when you go to actually click someone on the leaderboard, what you're going to see is you're going to see just the equipment setup they have on right now. This isn't going to be the actual setup that they use to get to the top of the leaderboard, because if you look, so my top just setup as far as combat power was 154.2 power. You can see right now I actually only have 127.2. So the setup I used and what I usually would use. Now, one thing to note, you shouldn't be worrying about using your really best setup as far as combat power until later in the game when you have a really good setup to actually just play through the stages as well. So this is my main setup for playing through stages. If I were trying to optimize this for combat power, really what I do is I would just make sure I am using attack HP, shield HP, and then I'd actually swap these attack speed runes for regeneration runes. So if I go to my weapons, and so I would swap this attack speed out for regeneration, it's going to give me a bit more combat power. Now, if I go and do that across all these, I would get just a bit more combat power, and I'll do that real quick just to kind of show you where I would be at without just with that extra regeneration. I mean, I don't think, I have them all equipped to the other equipment, which I'll show you in a second, but I'll just unequip these real quick, and then I'll show you where I'll actually end up being at with this other alternative just set of equipment. So we'll swap out one regeneration rune, and then we actually have 2 more to go. There's a second. I think this last one might be, there it is. It's an epic. So I'm at 131.8 with this setup. This is just my main setup I'm using right now. I'll probably swap to the Eternal setup from the Thunder God for certain stages, just because certain stages you do need a lot of dodge later on. But really, you can get pretty good combat power with this setup. The other popular one a lot of late game players use is using the Dominator. So I'll go to a preset here. So usually what they do is they'd use the Dominator weapon and then helmet. And then for the armor and accessory pieces, they're going to be using the Solar Armor and then the Dragon Slayer accessory. So really the reason you're going to always want to use the Dominator weapon and really helmet or something else, you need 2 pieces of Dominator weapon or Dominator equipment, just so you can get all those that bonus attack stats, just because attack is the most important stat when calculating combat power. Now for the other 2 pieces, really you can go with whatever works best, just because your goal is to just get the highest combat power you can, knowing that attack, HP, regeneration, and shield HP are very important. Regeneration is better than shield HP. So that's why the Solar Armor and the Dragon's Heart accessory are really popular. Dragon's Heart accessory gives 200% regeneration, and then the Solar Armor gives another 200% regeneration. So really, this is a really solid setup. If I had it to Mythic +3, of course, and then I could equip my runes, this would be also a really good way to just get a lot of stats, a lot of combat power. Now, the setup I am using right now is a little unique, and once again, definitely wouldn't recommend doing this unless you just have a lot of really good other equipment to actually use in regular battle. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to downgrade, just level down all my current equipment I have. and this kind of just got strengthened with the new update. But I'm actually using the 2-piece Dominator set, so the weapon and the crown, to get a bunch of just bonus attack and making sure I get that bonus attack from the Dominator set bonus. But what I'm also doing is, for the other 2 pieces, I'm doing the Hunter set. Now, the Hunter set isn't that great from, like, there's no regeneration on the Hunter's armor. Nothing really that helps combat power. Same, the Hunter's Talisman does have 100% bonus regeneration, so that is a bit helpful. But the main reason you're going to want to use this is just because with a new update, with the increased level caps on Mythic +3 pieces of equipment, you can get a lot more attack power. Now, if I swap out this Hunter accessory, you're going to see without the Hunter set bonus, I'm getting 48,000 base attack. But when I go and equip that Hunter's Talisman, I'm getting 96,580 attack, just base attack. And then, of course, my attacks, just multiplier stats. So from the weapon itself, I'm getting plus 60% bonus attack. So a ton of attack. And that's just going to stack off of that percentage. And then the one drawback to using the Hunter set is, compared to an S tier set, you are getting a lot less HP percentage. So with a Solar Armor, I'd be getting 60% bonus HP. With the Hunter's Armor, I'm only getting 30%. The accessory's the same way. You're getting 15% from the accessory, where if you were using an S tier accessory, you'd be getting 45% HP. So really, you are trading off about 60% bonus HP, but you are making up for that with the pure base stats you're getting from attack. So this is actually the reason late game, if you have a ton of permanent buffs or really high, like a completely maxed out legendary or mythic artifact, this strategy might fall off a little, and you actually could be better off just using the Solar Armor and Dragon accessory, just because that bonus percent HP would become pretty valuable. But for now, the spot I'm in, really just that base stats. And even though you get less percentage HP, where I'm getting, instead of like 65,000, 66,000 HP from my armor, because I do have the Hunter set bonus, I'm getting 133,000 HP from my armor. So really, with all the other HP bonuses I have in the Tower of Elements and runes, I am making up for that just lost percentage a bit. So really, it evens out, just being okay. And then for these other pieces of equipment, now I am going to go and just try and make sure the shield HP isn't making a huge difference, but especially the attack, HP, regeneration are all helping a ton. And then obviously we'll just help more if I could get some more permanent buffs as well. But we'll go some regeneration, shield HP. We're missing one helmet and one accessory rune. There's an attack. Now we're just missing a helmet. There we go. Okay, and there's my 154.2 just combat power. Now if I go to the leaderboard, it's not going to, and just click on my profile, it's probably not going to show it yet, just because it does take a minute to update, or it looks like it is still showing my equipment at just level 1. If you go and restart the app, it'll go and show what your current equipment is, or wait 5-10 minutes, then it will just refresh and show you what your actual setup is. But really, I don't keep this setup on all the time. After this video, I'm just going to switch back to my presets and then actually just re-equip my runes and level up the actual equipment I'm going to be using for gameplay. But thought it would be a fun video just to kind of share with everyone what I'm doing, what setup I'm using to climb to the top of the leaderboard, what you could do. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.